So guys, on to the third sketch, and that is going to be a 1 point perspective. Again, I'll post a video on how to do a 1 point perspective in a bit more detail, but if you're quite confident at 1 point perspectives, we'll just carry on and get on with this. So 1 point perspectives always start with a horizon line and the vanishing point, and depending on where you put the vanishing point, it's going to give you a sort of different view. I'm going to put my vanishing point across here because I imagine my chair will be here, projecting across to my vanishing point. So this was to be a two-legged chair, manufactured using rotational moulding, with a dog theme. It had to be triangular, and it had to be had to have a secondary function of play, so something that a kid could play with on it. So with a 1 point perspective, again, same as the oblique view, we're going to start off with a fairly simple side view, and again I'm going to start off with a crate. So I'm thinking of the box that my chair might come in with. Now this is going to be a bit smaller just because it's a 1 point perspective, so I do hope you can still see it. So I'm going to come up with my rectangle shape again, roughly the proportions of a chair, projecting my lines across to my vanishing point. This is where you might find a ruler, comes in handy. So projecting these across. Now when I come to finishing off my 1 point perspective crate, I just want to make it the same proportions or the same shape at the back as it is at the front. So I'm looking at the front shape, I'm just going to replicate that in the back. So it goes straight across and straight down. So that's where most people trip up. They kind of slant it. So make sure it's absolutely horizontal. And I'm going to go straight down. Now I've made this this chair a bit longer, just so you can see it. And it gives me a bit more room to put a bit more detail into it as well. So a dog themed chair, triangular in shape, and manufactured using rotational moulding. So rotational moulding, I think of quite rounded things. From your investigation into rotational moulding, you probably noticed they're all quite rounded edges and things. That's to make it pop out the mould easier. So rather than angular triangles, I'm going to go for sort of rounded triangles. I think my box is a little bit too small. I'm just going to go past that a little bit. So that's a bit of a triangular shape there, I think. Now, I kind of went up the box a little bit here, but it's fine. So I'm going to project my top line across to my vanishing point now. I'm going to project where the back becomes the seat, that point, across to my vanishing point. And I'm going to project where the seat ends across to my vanishing point. And I'll project this bit across as well. So this is the shape that I'm trying to replicate on the back now. If I follow this point across to here, that's where I'm going to start that, and it's a curve down to this point. So I'm trying to replicate the curve that I've got at the front, but it's obviously it's going to be a bit smaller because it's in the distance, and then it hits this point and it comes straight across out to here, and then it goes down a little bit here. Actually, I'm going to project that line across, so it goes down, meets that point, and then comes back into this corner point. So sort of sofa kind of shape there. Now, how do I make it look like a dog? Yeah, there's a bit of a theme here. You can see I'm going to try and make this the dog's face, I suppose. So again, I'm going to go for a big set of eyes on the back of the chair. So yeah, trying to make it a bit of a dog's head. And I think perhaps I could, you know, have some sort of fabric down here. It could be sort of the dog's ear or something like that. Maybe there's toys or games or something underneath there. Maybe it'd be quite nice to have some sort of tail coming out the back of it that you could put sort of plastic hoops on. And I think maybe could we make this the dog's mouth? Could be some sort of storage or something in there. And so yes, and it had to have 2 legs. So at the moment I've got 1 leg. So could I make that into a little leg at the front and back here? And it's kind of missing a nose, isn't he? Just put a little nose on there. So there's my dog themed chair, triangular, made using rotational moulding, 2 legs, and with a theme of play. So that was a little toy at the back. Right guys, 4th and final drawing. So this is not a pictorial view, this is going to be an orthographic sketch. So an orthographic is your plan, front elevation, end elevation type of drawing. So we'll have a few views here. So 4 legs, a lion, made using injection moulding. It had to have a table and it had to have mixed shapes. So how are we going to do this? With an orthographic sketch, I would actually sketch with start the sketch with the view of the object I'm trying to draw that I get most information from. So for a chair, I would say it's actually the side view, but for a building it might be the top view. Quite often you'll see plan views of buildings to show you how you could go throughout that building. So I would start off with the view that you get most information from, and for chairs I would say it's actually the side view. So 4 legs, a lion, injection molding, mixture of shapes. So again, I think I'm just going to start off with fairly straightforward chair design. I'm going to slope the back a little bit. That's where the seat's going to be. And then that's the seat. Now, what I think I might do is try and make this the lion's head. And this is its body, and it's as if you're sitting on the... So maybe if we had sort of feet out the front here, and then so I think that's about it actually for the side view. I might have sort of a lion's head or face on the back of it. Now that would be my side view, or we call that an end elevation. And then I'm just going to project these lines across. So the idea about an orthographic view is that all your views are related. Now an orthographic sketch is a little bit different from an orthographic drawing in that you know, you can be quite quick about it. An orthographic drawing, you would certainly take your time and use the correct drawing equipment. But an orthographic sketch, it's just about exploring ideas still. So I'm projecting the lines across from my end elevation, and these are going to become my front elevation. So what would it look like when I'm looking at this chair in front of it? So and I'm going to try and make this a bit more lion mane-like, I think. And make these kind of leg-like. And I'm going to show that there's something on the back here as hidden detail. So this would be where the lion's face is, but I can't see it from the front view. It's actually on the back, so I'm going to show that as hidden detail very simple sort of child's version of a lion. And actually I'm going to show the back view of that chair here as well, because I think it's quite important that we see that. So I'm just projecting these lines across again, and I'm going to show the reverse side of that view. I would actually see the feet as hidden detail, and I'd see the feet head on here. And this is actually where we would see the lion's head, so I've drawn that with a line. So I've got my end elevation, front elevation, rear elevation, and I would finish that off with a plan, if I've got enough room. So you can see my plan's going directly above my front elevation, and I'm projecting the lines up there to get the correct width, and I'm just going to show that slope of the chair, and I would have a face on the back of it. Sketch orthographics are great because you can begin to think about sizes as well, some key sizes. So I'm going to start thinking about key sizes, and there might just be sort of guesstimates to begin with, until you do some proper anthropometric research. But I'm going to put a guesstimate in as sort of 450 millimeters up to my seat, and then this looks a little bit bigger, so I'm going to maybe say that's about 500 millimeters, and just putting in some key sizes would be quite useful at this stage. So you can measure some furniture around your house, so you can take a guesstimate as to what size it is, but try and make it in proportion, try and make it a useful size. So again, I'm thinking that that's probably about 400 millimeters. Right guys, so that's your task. As I say, I'm going to post some more videos underneath this that are going to help you with some of the individual styles of drawings if you think I've went through this a little bit too quick. But it is very important that you begin to develop your sketching and drawing technique, and that you can go through a variety of styles when you're beginning to develop your ideas. So good luck on the task, everybody, and I'm looking forward to seeing your work.